Welcome to another episode of Games on Purpose Techno Skills. These skill building exercises are like batting practice before a ball game or going to the driving range before a round of golf. These skills are the basics that will help achieve your own game on purpose. Once you're geared up, let's practice. And today's game is how to record an interview on your Mac. The gear we'll be using is a Mac and GarageBand software. This is an introductory level, and you get a +1 for technical and a +1 for coordination when you complete this skill. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is open GarageBand and select New Project on the left if it has not already been selected, and then I'll click on Podcast. Then I'll click on Choose. At this point, I want to give it a name. I like to use year, month, day, and some identifier. Once GarageBand opens, I want to make sure that my microphone is working by tapping on it. Okay, this is not the one. Now you have a built-in microphone on your computer, so to make sure if you're using an external mic that that's what's recording, you want to tap on the mic, and if you don't see that, if you don't see any signal when you're tapping, you have the wrong mic. So let's go under GarageBand Preferences, and if it's not already clicked, Audio/MIDI, and under Audio Input, there it is, built-in microphone. That's not the one I want to use. The one I'm using is the C-Media USB headphone. Yes, and yours might be called something else. You'll probably recognize the name by the manufacturer. Once that's selected, I'll close this window. And make sure there's an option for female voice and an option for male voice. Use whichever you're recording. And here you see I'm getting a nice signal. Let me tap. There we go. I tap the mic, make sure that that's the one that's running. Once you're ready to record and you have a good sound level, you know you have a good sound level by looking at the meter. And if it goes into the orange or at the top of the green, that's a good sign. You don't want it to be in the red too much. Once you got a good sound level, we'll go to the bottom and click the red record button, and you'll see that I get a visual confirmation that it's recording and the level of the signal. If you want to pause for a moment, click on this little blue triangle, the play button, and I'm paused. And when I'm ready to record again, just hit the red button so we can pause and record as often as we want. When you're done, click the stop button at the bottom, and at this point we can do some editing of the audio, but I'll just assume that that's fine. I'm going to now export this as a relatively small file. So I'll click on Share, Export Podcast to Disk. I'm using the AAC encoder because that's the most efficient. And I'm going to make sure that I've selected Spoken Podcast because it is a spoken interview, and that'll make the file size smaller. When I'm ready, I'll click Export and confirm the file name that I gave it, and I'll be putting this on the desktop. I'll click on Save, and it might take a few minutes to do the mix down. When it's done, if you're not planning to do any further editing of this, there's no reason to save it because GarageBand files are rather large. So I'm going to quit out of GarageBand and don't save. And then I see right here on the desktop, I have the audio. It's an M4A file, and I can, if it's small enough, I can email it, upload it to me.com, use FTP or whatever method to send it around to someone else. And that is, congratulations, you have now, if you followed along with me, you get +1 technical, +1 coordination. Congratulations. Come back and see us again at Games on Purpose.